And go. Hey, and welcome to
Hello.
episode 2 of the RTX 2015 Guardian podcast. Let's go ahead and do our introductions.
Hello, I'm Sole. I'm from Italy. My name on the research side is LaSole, and I get the personal fanfare. So I'm happy about that.
And
No.
how many RTXs have you been to? And how many guardianships?
Last year was my first RTX, and my first year as a guardian. This year I reapplied, and luckily enough, I got in. So I'm gonna get my second run.
Okay, this will be
Happy
year 2.
about that.
Hi everyone, my name's Erin. I'm ErinM on the RT website, or you can find me on Twitter, even though I rarely use it. This is my first year attending RTX, and obviously the first year as a Guardian, so I'm really excited.
Awesome. Marcy.
I'm so sorry, guys. I'm still trying to figure out my phone. Hi, I'm Marcy. This is actually my third year being an RTX attendee, second year being an RTX Guardian, and last year I was Mr. Brayburn's PA.
Awesome.
All right. My name's Sam. My RT name is SamWaldo. This will be my second year at RTX and my second guardianship.
Yay. I am Jen. I am LoZelda on the website. I am MI Gamer Girl on Twitter. This is my third RTX, my second as a Guardian. Last year I was Mr. Michael Jones's PA.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And I am your host, Jordan, ninjaspectre on the RT website. My Twitter handle is JordanTwit, and this will be my fourth RTX, third year as a Guardian. And I was Miles Luna's PA last year, and before that, the panel Guardian. So, how's everybody doing today? Now that we're done with introductions, how are you guys doing? It's International Women's Day, from what Twitter's told me. So,
And we've got international women on the podcast. It's perfect.
Yeah.
So
I'm obviously having a...
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, no. I was having the worst experience until 2 seconds ago because I think I checked the watch later thing on the Guardian podcast, so it opened in a new tab and I was having 2 seconds delay on everything. It was killing. It was
Okay,
awful.
I was wondering why you were kind of delaying it a little bit there, but that explains it right there.
Yeah, no. It was terrible.
Marcy dropped. But
boom, Marcy.
International Women's Day, and I wish I could take credit for saying this is an almost all-female cast today, but that's just, I guess, sheer chance by Chazzy's randomization. But yeah, I think it's actually kind of fitting though. So we got so many wonderful women here in the RT community, and we get to show it off in the Guardian podcast.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Marcy got kicked out. I just got a message from her with a sad face. She's gone.
Okay, well, we'll send her another invite. I'll probably send one to her right now, but let's go ahead. This is also a special day for you, Jen, isn't it? Yeah, you're 6 years with your husband.
Yes, he's been putting up with my shenanigans for 6 years. We've been married for 3, but today we still know the day that was our dating anniversary. So 6 years of my crap, and then we were friends for 2 years before that. So really, it's kind of been 8 years that he's been voluntarily hanging out with me.
Well,
So
congratulations.
thank you. I'm really excited that someone's can have talk to me for 8 years and not run away screaming, and then voluntarily shares a living space with me.
But yeah, that's wonderful. It's actually it's so rare to see that nowadays. With at least with my group of friends, just there's that much dedication between two people.
Yeah.
So
So
I hope you had a wonderful day.
Yeah, we went out to breakfast, and we did a bunch of like adult stuff, like clean the house and go to the gym and whatever. But we went out to a nice breakfast and all that, so it was good.
Awesome. So let's go ahead and get started with questions for you guys, for the new people and also veterans who are special guests tonight. We've said it before on the podcast, every time we have a new person, we gotta do the obligatory stuff. So what made you guys want to be Guardian this year?
Let's start with Erin, because she's the brand new person.
Yeah,
I want to throw her on the spot because I'm mean like that.
No, that's no problem. I actually got started with Rooster Teeth only a couple of months ago, so I'm a pretty new fan. I got into it via their podcast, and I had been watching some of the older ones where they mentioned RTX 2014 and the guardianship and the community. So I went on the website, and I just kind of immersed myself in everything back in December. And then I saw that the announcement came out for Guardian, so I decided to apply because I wanted to give back to the company and to the community and just make it better for everybody.
Okay, awesome. What was it that brought you to the Rooster Teeth community?
Actually, my fiance, because he kept watching the podcast, and he came home every single day saying, "Oh, I learned this on the podcast today," because he was just watching them. He only discovered them about 5 months ago. And I was just like, what is this podcast? Why is it so fascinating? So, of course, I had to sit down, listen to it, and I ended up liking it. So, there you go.
Wow, it's learning something on the podcast. I'm surprised not losing brain cells.
Not sure he actually learned anything real, so that might be an issue. Might think that Earth gravity is different than space gravity, or
that he can't tie a rope to the moon or something like that.
That is a valuable thing to learn.
Yeah, that is a valuable thing. But it's just interesting to see how many people how many people come from different interests in the website and everything. Because there's like people who only watch Achievement Hunter. There's people who only watch Ruby, and people who only watch Red vs. Blue, and most of those are longtime fans. So let's go on with now that we got the new person out of the way, or not mean to be a dick.
It sounded so terrible. Now the
Get out.
We don't have to talk to her anymore.
But yes, let's go on to other guests. I'd like to hear. I think we've heard it from everyone else, but I'd like to hear it again. What got you into the Rooster Teeth community?
I was looking for a Minecraft tutorial, and then Michael was screaming, and then everything else happened. Yeah, it was
worst
very,
tutorial
very funny.
ever.
Yeah, what not to do. That was it.
What not to do in Minecraft.
Oh my gosh.
It was hilarious. Also because I had 2 English roommates, so he just started going crazy, blasting up the computer, and they were like, "Who's this maniac?" And so it was funny, and that got me into it. And then I just like volunteering in general. I am a volunteer for my hometown community since I was, I think, 10 years old or something. So last year I just happened to not be able to go back to Italy. So I just thought one community is as important as the other. So I just went for volunteer for Rooster Teeth. That's it.
Awesome. So you're well experienced with volunteering.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
fun. I like it a lot. Really.
Awesome. I know there's a couple other people who are like that. For instance, James is another huge volunteer, or goes by Desajan on the website. He was Barbara's PA last year. He's a big time volunteer too. He does a lot of stuff. But Sam, what got you into the Rooster Teeth community, and what got you into being a Guardian?
Well, I was introduced to Rooster Teeth freshman year of college. My friend had the newest expansion of Sims 3 on her laptop, and so in order to distract her to do her homework and stuff, I took her laptop and started playing, and then she had a Rooster Teeth tab up, so I got into that. And then a few years later, I'm like, well, I really like what they do, so I'd like to help out with them type thing. And that's when I first started getting involved with the RT Michigan group, too. So it kind of worked out really nicely. And everybody was super nice. So I was really glad I did it and everything. So
Yeah, for those of you wondering why Jen just went hype, if you don't know already, she's the fearless leader of the RT Michigan group.
I wouldn't say fearless. There's a healthy dose of fear in there.
Especially with our group.
Oh, yeah. You guys are crazy. We're going to a trampoline park in a week.
That sounds like a mix of fun and danger for at least some of them.
All my bones. Every one of them.
Yeah, you even had a panel last year with RT community stuff.
Yeah, I did. I'm trying to figure out, we might be doing that again this year. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, I'm hoping so.
Awesome.
I have to connect with people and see what's up with that.
Awesome. Jen, I guess we'll round it out.
Okay.
Or the host, how'd you get into the RT community, and how did you become a guardian, or like why did you want to become a guardian?
I got introduced to Rooster Teeth through my now husband, who at the time we were just friends, we were hanging out, and I was trying to say, we were talking about Taco Bell, and I was trying to say chalupa, and I couldn't think of the word, so I said chupa thingy, and he just starts screaming, you know, what, you mean like a puma? And I'm like, I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. What is this? And so he had to go run and grab his laptop, showed me episode 2 of Red vs. Blue, and at that point they were finishing up season 6, so I ended up powering through everything, and I happened to get to the end of season 6 the day of the finale. It was perfect. It was like it was meant to be. So that's how I got introduced to it, and then I went to RTX 2013 because I loved all the content, and I thought this was great, and I know they always were saying, we have the best community ever, and I'm like, yeah, sure, of course you say that, because we give you money and stuff, and you're going to say those things. And then I went to RTX, and I was like, they're not kidding. This is actually like a community of people. This is great. And it was after I got home from that I started RT Michigan.
And it slowly went downhill from there.
And it just went downhill from there. And so I volunteered to be a guardian because I had so much fun with it. And at this point, I've met so many friends and so many fantastic people through it that I was like, I have to say thank you somehow. This is a big part of my life at this point. And so volunteering my time at a convention that I had a ton of fun at, that I wanted to make sure everyone else had a ton of fun at, especially because a lot of the fun I had was due to other guardians. I'm really excited. Dizzy Piper, if anybody knows him on the website, he was the guardian that inspired me to apply to be a guardian last year.
He's actually in line to be on the podcast this season, so.
Yay! I'm so excited. Yeah, he was the main reason why I did it, and so I was sad that he couldn't be around last year, and I'm really excited he's coming back this year. So I have to hug him super hard.
Awesome. It's always fun to hear because I got started. I was actually one of the few people who got started like way back when I thought I was being a bad kid by watching stuff with foul language in it. I was in 5th grade watching the very first episode of Red vs. Blue, and one of my friends sent it to my mom's email, and I got up in like the middle of the night. I think it was like midnight or something like that. And everybody was asleep, and got up, and I was like, I'm on my mom's AOL account, and I'm getting into there, and he sent me a link to Drunk Gamers, and that's where I started the obsession. And I didn't get, I watched like a few episodes, but then I got really back into it around freshman year of high school. One of my friends like reintroduced it to me. So that's how I got started with Rooster Teeth. And I guess guardianship because I loved RTX so much I wanted to help out. So that's all of our origin stories per se. Like we have.
Can't wait to retell it with like new fancy powers in a couple of weeks.
With CGI.
Hero pose.
Be animated. It'll be great.
I wonder if we're doing that again this year. Superhero names for ourselves.
Oh God.
Or we tried to last year, then like it stopped after like 2 weeks.
I think it dropped pretty bad. So. I'm at the point now where everyone just calls me Zelda anyways. I'm like, that's essentially my superhero name at this point. It's my alter ego.
So, what expectations does everyone have for RTX? Let's start with Erin, since this is like brand new for you. So, what are you expecting out of all of this?
I don't even know. I would say hopefully friendship, because I know I read a lot of threads, and I watched a few of the podcasts as I was applying, just because I wanted to know what I was getting myself into. And everyone just had good things to say about the convention itself, hanging out in the lines, playing Cards Against Humanity with each other. And it's more about the community than actually going there to see the staff. And I'm just really looking forward to connecting with people that have a common interest. It's so awesome as Rooster Teeth, so yeah.
It's very fun. It's just like with so many people. Like I did not expect this at first when I first went. I had no expectations going into it. I was like wide-eyed, like what the hell did I just get myself into? And then first person I met at RTX was actually Ray. On my first year because I was getting into the Hilton, which is like right beside the convention center, literally like a stone's throw. So I walk into the elevator. First thing it was is Ray just right there sitting beside me in the elevator, and being back then I was like, oh my god. It's like, oh, I almost like said something embarrassing, like, "Do you know who you are?" Or something like that. But I kept my cool. I just sat there. It's like, "Oh, Ray, I love your work." And he's like, "Oh, thanks, man." It's like he's like, we wouldn't be here if it weren't for you guys. And it's like that comment was just kind of like, wow. He's like, they are like these aren't like assholes or anything. They are very appreciative of their fans.
Yeah. So. Ray is one of the nicest people. I just love him to death. He is so genuinely appreciative of everyone and of the Guardians and of the fans and like
despite the repeated memes.
Yeah, despite the fact that he has a constant fear to never speak again in a Let's Play. Yeah, he's just fantastic. I think if to meet anyone first, I think Ray's got to be at the top of the list because he's just so happy.
Yeah. He's wonderful, and after that, I think I'll say this over again. I always pimp these guys out because they are great. The RT SideQuest people. If you want to meet a good like close group of community people, go to SideQuest. You'll meet some awesome people, and that just shows how tight the community is. And that's how it got me started with people, and it started with James and Matt Corey, who were Guardians last year. I'm not sure if Matt's coming back, but I didn't see his name off the list.
I'll do some stalking while we continue talking.
Stalking, but
research.
James and Matt were my first RT in real life RT friends, and with them, I don't think I would have been anywhere near social. And that's one thing that's so great because RTX you get to meet so many great people, and you get to talk with them and be like, and start making bonds. And Guardians is even better, even more so. It's like a whole family. Like you have like a family with these people. So yeah, go talk. I'm kind of ruining the point here just by doing all the talking, but yeah, go and talk, get to know them, and you'll have friends for life. And started with Darren. Oh, shut up, Darren.
I thought my computer made a weird noise.
But yes, so let's see. So like, what are you expecting this year?
Wait. I have another question for Erin though. I want to know what she applied for. I want to know what you marked as your preferences since it's your first year.
I initially applied for PA, but I have executive assistant experience. I started out with a company that was on the smaller side, and I had to manage 3 bosses, all their schedules, their reminders, and made sure that they were on top of things. So I'm fairly familiar with that, and I'm actually a virtual assistant right now, so I have a bunch of clients. I'm always juggling random stuff, so I'm pretty good at handling all that. And I applied for registration just because I have receptionist experience, so I know how important it is to be the face of the company, to be pleasant, make a nice first impression, be helpful, and all that.
So security guardian, alrighty.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you for sharing. All right, now we can move on.
It's way more qualified than what I was for PA Guardians.
I know. I'm like, now I feel very like underprepared, and even though I've already done it for a year, I'm still like,
Oh, shut up, chemists and physicists.
It doesn't mean I can handle people well, although Michael and I had a good thing going. So.
Okay, so like, what do you expect from guardianship, and also, did you sign up to be?
I have no idea what to expect. Like, no clue. I thought for a moment, like while I was filling in the form, the application, I thought that I had a better idea than last year, but really no. I have no clue. Last year I was in line management, and if any of you applied for line management, it's hard work. It really is, and it gets kind of messy at times. So this year I applied for team leader and possibly team leader for line management because I would like to get my hands dirty where the mess is. So
Awesome.
that's it.
You seemed like you had a lot of fun with the line management last year, especially the last few minutes of RTX.
Jesus.
You want to talk about that?
I don't care if you want to. You got to talk about it now. He brought it up. You got to go.
No, it was really, really funny. It was really the craziest moment, and it happened 10 minutes from the closing time of the last day of RTX. So I let it all out. I laughed and cried for like 10 minutes. Because Carrie was doing an autograph and signing signings, and basically he made a comment about Italians spitting, like the Italian spit, like it's a thing that we spit to each other, and it isn't. And I think he had no idea that I was Italian, but I got on his face, like calling it out for it because I thought it was funny, and he got really worried. Like he was like, "I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry," and I lost it because it's not the first time that something he says that blows in his face. So it was the best moment, and I laughed for I think 10 minutes.
Miles was literally rolling around on the ground laughing, and considering that he also had no voice at the end of the convention, it just made it that much more hilarious because he couldn't really get out what he was saying. So it's just more kind of a wheeze, just laughing
he
at
was
Carrie.
like, how did this happen? How? And just rolling on the ground and laughing.
Yeah, it was a great time. That was probably like one of the funniest moments of RTX last year. For me, at least.
Yeah, that was intense. It was really intense.
So, so Sam, what is your expectations? You were, I honestly I don't remember what your position was last year. Like what were you, and what do you expect out of this year?
Last year I was an exhibitor guardian, so I was on the exhibit floor taking care of like my booths and everything. And pretty much, I just expect to break out more fuck trains. Like,
oh god,
that was crazy on the floor.
Oh, the trains.
Like, it always started there and like went to like everybody else's area.
Oh, god.
I also had the like area right outside the VIP area for this staff, which got crazy because, you know, when you see Jeff running down the exhibit hall, you're like, what's going on? Like, why is he running? But then it turns out he's just drunk and just running with his wife back to her booth. Yeah, so I just expect more craziness, more line control will be necessary, that kind of thing. So.
Okay.
For this year, I also applied to be an exhibit guardian again because I really liked my team. It was a lot of work, but I will definitely do it again. And then I applied to be a PA as well. It's more of a pipe dream, but I'm sure I'd be able to handle it if I did it. But
okay. Yeah, you probably worked with Dom, didn't you? Count 3D?
Yep.
So that was his. Okay.
I'm sorry. No, just kidding. Dom's awesome.
But,
I'm actually rooming with Dom this year, so I should...
Oh, are you really?
Yeah. So I'm in. Oh, Jesus Christ!
Inception music. But okay, so I wasn't invited.
Yeah, I was. Jeff and I were the last people that got invited to their house. So.
Oh, okay. But yeah, let's go. Let's see. Let's go to some questions because I see a few popping up in the side.
Oh boy.
Darren, Red. Oh, Red's got a good question. What is everyone's favorite RT production, and who is their favorite cast member? Go Soleil.
Right.
You're at the top of the list, so.
Okay. Favorite RT production? It's probably gonna be 10 Little Roosters. I thought it was awesome.
Solid choice.
Yeah, that was just fantastic. Just the promo and the idea, I thought it was cool, but the way they realized it was just genius. Every single episode was so cute and so funny and so clever, so I loved it. But usually, I really like Let's Plays. I usually play them along while I'm studying or I'm doing other stuff. I have a severe dependency from podcasts, so I watch most of the content, so I really like it. Favorite staffer? I don't know. I really don't know. I think Barbara is a hero. Like, she's not even human, so I love her. But sometimes, just because of the European thing, I really feel close to Gavin. Like, the way he's perplexed about some stuff that me, as a person that has never lived in the USA, I don't get, or it's weird. It's just sometimes he makes some questions that all the other cast members are like, "Why would you even ask this?" But I'm thinking the same exact thing. Like, it's right there, so it's weird.
That is pretty funny, though. I didn't think that because Gavin. Well, even though I think that, like, Gavin, why is Gavin asking that? Like, the one that everybody was kind of wondering about was like the dressing thing for salad dressing, and we just call it mayo or something like that.
Hmm.
And people are like, "What the hell is he talking about?" It's like, well, not everybody's from this country, and people have
Yeah.
different food choices. So
Yeah, or all the thing about pizza toppings or pizza perplexity. Like, I'm right there with him. So.
yeah.
So,
Sam, what is your favorite production, and who is your favorite staffer?
I'd have to say that what I like most is Ruby, mostly because that was the first thing I cosplayed from. I did a Yang cosplay and then a female Neptune, so Femtune. Um, and then I'd have to say my favorite member would probably be Ryan, because when like he was first added on to the staff, he was the most sensible guy, like, and then now he's like the crazy Mad King, which I think's kind of funny. Like at first he's very reasonable, and now like in the videos he's portrayed as I'm gonna kill everybody. So it's kind of funny. And
Yeah.
plus he was really nice when I met him too, like super nice person.
Oh yeah, he's wonderful. I don't know, like at least with Chazzy, who she was a PA for him last year, and she just talks about how he's kind of like a really cool dad with the people he meets. What was that Darren's saying? Ryan started as the face, and now he is the heel. Just putting the boot down.
No, it's a wrestling terminology.
Huh?
What's happening?
The good
Okay.
WWE wrestlers, they're called the babyface, and then all the bad guys are called the heel.
Oh, okay. That's probably why I don't recognize it. It's WWE.
Let's just ignore the sound guy.
Hey,
Yeah.
I was a child of the 80s. Leave me alone.
They ignored the man behind the curtain. But yeah. So thanks, Darren. So yeah, I love Ryan too. He's like one of my favorite achievement hunters, and I've never really gotten to meet him besides in passing, but he's funny in the videos. Erin, what is your favorite production, and who is your favorite staffer?
It's so hard to choose. I mean, I'm still digesting so much of the content going back to years and years ago. Like, I binge watched all the RT shorts, but I've only seen season 1 of Red vs. Blue, so I definitely need to get on that. So I would say really altogether. I know I'm a horrible fan. But I
You're
really
in the same boat as Elon. Elon still hasn't gotten past season 1.
Elon, we're not going to talk about Elon. Elon has issues.
Yeah.
But I like all the live action stuff, really, like all the podcasts on the spot, like anything where you can see them and kind of just feel like you're hanging out with them. Like I always watch the podcast as it comes on as a sponsor, and it's just really awesome to have like that little Monday date. So I would say, yeah, all the live action stuff, all the shorts, even the recaps sometimes are really amusing. So anything like that, I can't choose a favorite staffer. I mean, I think everyone's pretty awesome. Everyone has their own sense of humor and what they bring to the table, and it's just a great group of people.
Yeah. Yeah, they are really great. Yeah, I was recently got to, for those who don't know, I don't want to be like self-touting or anything, but I'm an executive producer for Laser Team, and I got to go down and visit. And one of the things that we did my visit this week, we got to watch On the Spot live, which if you haven't seen this week's version, you probably should. It involves with everybody, with people leaving Blaine's team and going over and joining Gus's team. And it ends up getting to the point where like 5 people are on one team while Blaine is just sitting there all by his lonesome. And it gets pretty ridiculous, so I would go recommend watching it. But yeah. So yeah, their live action stuff is wonderful. And who did you say was your did you say who your favorite staffer was?
I mean, I really can't pick. I think if I had to name off the top of my head, like Chris, Blaine, Joel, and I love How To with Joel and Adam. I just think they're hilarious together. But yeah, I don't watch as much of the Achievement Hunter stuff, and I also really like Ashley because I think she's just an awesome woman figure in the company. Like, they all are, but I've just really grown to like her over the recent months.
Yeah, I've never actually gotten to talk to Ashley, mostly because whenever I see her, she's usually with Bernie, and in that setting, Bernie's usually surrounded by like 200 people, the Church of Church, so. I really want to talk to her, but I haven't gotten the chance yet. Okay, Jen, what is your favorite production, and who is your favorite staffer?
I think as far as regular productions go, it's got to be Red versus Blue. I have a soft spot in my heart for that. Although 10 Little Roosters was phenomenal, and I loved it, and I really hope we see more of that in the future, for sure.
Hopefully.
I can't pick a favorite staffer, because what happens is I go, I love this person, they're my favorite. Oh, but there's this other person, I really like them too. Maybe they're my... And I just constantly go down the line, and I end up with a group of like 20 people. So I can't pick a favorite. I loved Michael and Lindsay, and it was really cool being their PA, getting to see them outside of their personalities being on, you know, for the performance that is, you know, being out on stage for RTX. Just getting to like kind of talk to them a little bit without that kind of pressure, especially you hand Michael a Red Bull and he's good to go. It was, I love them for seeing them as who they are as actual people, and I've had the opportunity to like hang out with Ray, and like I'm friends with a lot of these people now. So now you're asking me to pick my favorite friend, and I'm like, I'm not crossing that line. So I think everybody's super awesome. I could not pick a favorite if you forced me to. But definitely, I've had fun getting to know a lot of the people that I am fortunate enough to call my friends at this point at the company. So, except that Josh Flanagan guy, he's just a jackass.
Yeah, Josh was a little bit snookered during On the Spot. That's another thing. He has the most kick-ass flask I have ever seen.
Oh yeah.
He has a flask that is in the shape of a Nintendo NES cartridge, and he unplugs and drinks out of it, and instead of saying Castlevania on it, it says Castle Vodka.
Oh my god! I didn't know where he got this, and I want one.
He told me, but I've forgotten it right now. But
that's okay. I'm gonna text him tomorrow.
It's a website.
You have a flask I need to know about.
So yeah, try to look up Castle Vodka for anybody out there if you're wondering what if you're looking for like an exact reference. So
flask. Totally look at this. In case anyone doesn't know me, I speak in sarcasm a lot. So that thing about Josh was totally a joke, just in case no one knows that.
You got to interact with him a lot during 10 Little Rooster season. So.
Oh yeah, and that's how we became friends. Is he found my I found the flask. He found my first video, and so then we started talking because of that. And now we're just buddies. I got to hang out with him when I was down in Austin a couple weeks ago. And every once in a while we text each other ridiculous stuff. Usually when he's drunk. From that German sparkle party thing that happened, he had like ornaments in his beard. I have one of them. He insisted I bring it home with me. So that's hanging out. Oh, right here. I have his beard bauble. I've told him I'm holding it ransom. Yeah, no, he's an awesome dude. I highly recommend if you have the opportunity to just give him a high five that you should.
Yeah. Just
for the experience of seeing his facial hair up close, because he has the most epic hair and facial hair. It's just like, it's like model worthy. It's so well maintained. It's crazy. I just want to like pet it.
I really want him to go through with that 10 Little Roosters at RTX type of situation that he was talking about on Twitter.
I would love it if that happened. I would volunteer for that up, down, backwards, and sideways. I'd even volunteer to be murdered. I would be totally cool with it.
Yeah. See, what else? I'll quickly get through mine, and then go to Darren's question that he's put up.
Darren's got a bajillion questions. I think we need to start picking and choosing.
Yeah. But for me, my favorite production, the first one I've ever seen from them, Red vs. Blue. I still go back and watch every season. There'll be one time where I'll pick a weekend, and I'll just go back and watch it at least every episode at least once a year. It's starting to get to be a little bit of a chore now, since now they're up to season 13, which is going to be coming out April 1st, actually. So.
Woohoo! I'm so excited. I'm nervous, but I'm so excited.
Yeah, there's probably a lot that people want to say about that trailer. So, if you haven't seen the trailer, go watch it. It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and as for favorite staffer, I'm in the same boat as Jen. I've made friends with a few of these people, so it's hard to choose. But I guess as it goes with most I've interacted with, it's probably Miles. So he's probably the one I'm closest to. So
you had to follow him around while he had a bag on his head and pretend you didn't know him, but still follow him. So that creates a special bond between people.
Yeah, for people who don't know what she's talking about, Miles had a moment where he wanted to just go out, enjoy the exhibit floor, and just kind of.
It did not work. It did not work.
It worked for a little bit. And then there's a few complications, and then more people started catching on. Hey, is that Miles? It's
no,
I had to act like, no, I'm just walking around the floor, and they were asking me. It's nope, don't know him. Which, it was wonderful because he just had the bag hat on and had glasses with the text black on them.
RTX is really the only situation where that is not suspicious. People see a guy with a bag on his head, and they're like, oh, he might be important. No, run away from the guy. No, let's follow him. Let's chat with him.
But, yeah, that was wonderful. And then he went and did a dance party over at the Mega 64 booth.
That video.
Luckily, that was down the pathway from my exhibit booth, so I didn't have to worry about that too much. That was somebody else's problem to control.
Yeah, that was because a lot of people came up and watched them do their dance party, and it ended up becoming a bit of a problem with traffic concerns. So it was funny. A lot of antics at RTX.
Oh god, so many antics.
Let's see. Let me go through question Q&A and see if there's any more. Okay, sorry, I just read one of the Jack DP questions. It said, who's your favorite woman role model? And he said, mine's John Travolta.
Oh, John Travolta. Creepy.
No, I'm not going to talk about Shrek.
So, I guess while you look for a question, I would say, I don't know, earlier there was the question of, what do you expect from this year and whatnot, and I just wanted to weigh in with the idea of, you never know. Even if you've been a Guardian every year is so different that you can't really expect anything. And to even say expect the unexpected does not accurately prepare you for the fire alarm going off or, that adventure. So I expect to end the weekend with, holy shit! All right, we're done. Everyone's
You expect to end the weekend?
I expect to end.
So that's too much.
Too much. The weekend. That's my expectation, and after that, it's stuff's gonna happen, and it's you can't plan and prepare for what the weekend is going to look like. You can kind of have a general idea, you know what it means to be a lying person, and you know what it means to be a PA, but stuff's just gonna happen, and you just have to roll with it. And it's definitely an exercise in flexibility.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I was showing it for a little bit there.
Yeah.
I found the NES cartridges flask.
I found multiple ones.
They're all on Etsy. Let's see, who is the seller for this? High Class
Retro.
Retro.
On Etsy? I found them on a website called inkwhiskey.com.
That is what it is.
Oh God! Something made a noise.
That would be.
You gotta lay off with the soundboard, buddy.
But yeah, High Class Retro on Etsy and Ink Whiskey is the one that Josh had.
Oh my God! There's a gold cartridge Zelda one. I want that so much. Why won't you let me click on it? I want it.
So
pay no attention to me.
A lot of traffic.
I have a drinking problem. Everything's fine.
Yeah,
I don't actually.
Thank you to Heather Sims for putting that on the Q&A.
Awesome. Hell yeah, Heather.
Let's see, did that. What if? Nope, not going to go down that path again.
Yeah. God.
Favorite RTAA moment from Space Paranoid.
Oh, that's oddly specific. RTAA
moment. There's a lot of them. Oh no.
Frozen egg, hands down.
Gavin getting hit in the balls with the frozen egg. That was pretty funny.
It.
I still love the Griffin, the Adventures of Griffin in New Orleans with her and the oysters and the hurricanes.
Yeah.
Oddly, it's disgusting but hilarious at the same time.
Yeah, but I mean, a frozen egg. Someone took the egg, put it in the freezer, waited, took it out, and then hit Gavin on it with it.
And that's why we can get so many ball jokes from Gavin nowadays. Rest in peace, Gavin's left ball. I'm not even sure which one it is. Did he even say, or is that?
I don't know. He might have. I'm afraid. I'm sure if he did, if I Googled it, I'd get a result. I'm afraid to Google it.
Help us out, Tumblr.
Oh God! No, don't ask for Tumblr.
No.
Don't do that. At this point, my search history is so screwed up because of the TFT podcast. Like, there's just a weird... You can tell what weeks I've been on, because there's just like a 1 hour period of the most ridiculous things you've ever seen. And I do not want to even talk about how many times I've had to Google echidna penis. So...
don't remind me.
Yeah. They're creepy if you've ever wondered.
Yeah. But yeah, one of the most specifically odd things I've heard of, like you probably heard it on the podcast or something like around that lines, when the Laser Team trailer came out, of course a lot of people noticed like the little gag that it showed their dicks and the little jumpers that they were wearing, the little spandex. Like you could see like an outline of a dick, and it's meant to purposely be a dick joke and everything. And some people were actually asking, to like, is that Gavin's real dick? And then people were like, that's not the weird part. It's the people who were like saying, no, that's not his. He even said in this specific podcast that he was uncircumcised. And it's like, oh, why do you know that? Why would you keep that in your head? And there's people arguing about it on the internet.
I'd like to point out he has brought it up multiple times, and it was like at the RTX podcast. They brought it up again because they were talking about the forked piss. So like it's been talked about repeatedly. Where I don't think
talk about its penis though, really.
Yeah, and specifically the fact that it's uncircumcised.
So.
I know we talk about it now. Like it's come up so much that I don't think it's weird that someone knows that because it comes up relatively routinely.
Dicks and science.
Yeah, and at the RTX podcast panel, like that, it was there. Like that's if someone doesn't usually listen to the podcast, that's one that they've probably heard. So everyone knows it because of that. We'd also know a lot about Dan's penis now because of that. So
yeah, there's just too many dicks sometimes.
Yeah. Amen. # International Women's Day.
Chazzy, tweet that out.
There are just too many dicks around. Yes, too many.
My god, that's great. I'm trying to think what other questions should I talk about. Let's see. Darren says, what do you guys do for life? Like, would you be comfortable talking about like what you guys do outside of the Rooster Teeth community?
Yeah.
Let's go with Sam.
All right. Well, I just graduated college, actually. I have a major in communications. Thank you. With a minor in graphic design and Chinese. But currently, like, I'm still looking for a job outside of that, but I kind of have to take care of my grandmother who has dementia. So I get sort of paid for that, but not a lot. But then I started making these cool little mask things.
Oh, I think I've seen them on the RT website in my feed.
Yeah,
so.
and I'm thinking about selling them, like, because these ones would be like $10 because they're pretty easy to make, but...
Can I have you make me one for the thing this weekend?
I'm not going to be there this weekend.
No, why?
I'm going to a convention, actually, so...
All right, we don't have to take up podcast time with this, but still. I'm sad I won't see you this weekend.
Jen.
Yes.
What we talked about this before, but rehash. What do you do outside of First Teeth?
I'm a secret agent.
Oh.
If you've watched Archer, it's a lot like that. I'm Lana.
Okay.
No. So currently, I have degrees in chemistry and physics. I've done work at high energy physics labs and pharmaceutical chemistry labs. Currently, I work for a medical device company doing the device failure mode investigations and reporting to the FDA and talking to the FDA, which is terrifying, and all that kind of fun stuff. So it's more of a desk job that I'm used to, but it's still really technical, and I get to do sciencey things there. So
Awesome. And your husband's also quite the sciencey person as well.
yeah, he works at the same company. He's a mechanical engineer, and he designs tools for spinal reconstruction.
Okay. Yeah.
Your
I think
life sounds like a TV series.
I know, right?
I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I'm not telling you what I do for a living.
Just make stuff up. We don't know. You could be a secret agent too.
Oh, shut up. You know I'm not. Good drink.
As she swings her beer.
Okay, Erin.
That's what I do for a living, really.
Erin, what do you do outside of First Teeth?
I'm actually self-employed, so I do a multitude of things. As I mentioned, I'm a virtual assistant, which means anything from editing posts to social media management. I'm also a blogger / freelance writer. I focus on personal finance, so I'm a big money nerd, basically. So I know everyone gets so excited talking about money, but I actually do. So
I think we found Joel's new PA.
Oh my god. That would be so terrible.
Speaking of, Joel got me thinking about drinking. Recently, someone showed me a picture. Someone showed me a picture of Jeff during Let's Play Live. For people who don't know, Jeff apparently got really, really shit-faced during Let's Play Live. Awesome. And during the GTA heist, he passed out, or acted like he was passing out. He actually passed out and was sleeping. Chris, a PA for the I'm trying to think. She showed me. Chris, she showed me that a picture of him, and it's like just laying down in the back. And apparently, when everyone else left the stage, he was still laying down when the lights were out, and they were like trying to get construction people coming in. And apparently, like I think it was like Ray said, "Oh, he'll be fine," and he was like still there for like a couple more minutes, just like sleeping. So.
Oh my god.
Yeah, with Joel and Jeff, you gotta be prepared with booze, because they do drink a lot during these conventions and stuff like this, especially Joel.
They go running down the exhibit hall floor, and you're like, "What's happening?"
Yeah, or with Joel, you hold Carrie hostage and say, have people throw money up at Carrie and threaten to kill him. So I think that was during RTX 2012. And they said if we get to like $10,000, we'll kill Carrie on stage right here.
Oh my god. I don't even. Yeah.
Maybe that's why they brought on PAs.
That's probably exactly why they brought on PAs. Nobody's like betting anyone else's death.
Yeah.
Oh god.
So what do you do outside of Versus Teeth?
Now I'm back to bartending.
And
That
what was
sounds
it?
awesome.
Yeah, bartending sounds
Well,
awesome.
it is a lot of fun, but I was kind of over with that phase while I was in Japan. But I came back, so now I'm taking my second degree, and to do that, I support myself with bartending.
Okay.
Hey,
And what was
bartenders
it?
are supposed to have the most self-esteem too, because they come to everybody comes to them with their problems.
I don't know. You just see a lot of people shit-faced. That makes you feel better for a little bit. Then after a while, you just have to clean up the mess. It goes a full circle. It's just you start laughing at them, but by 5 p.m., by 5 a.m., you're worse than them. So
What was it that you were doing in Japan?
I was
That sounds
teaching
exciting.
Italian.
Oh, you're teaching Italian. It's kind of like another Guardian we have, Chuck or Colin Kalin. He's actually still teaching English over in Japan right now to his students, and he's using Ruby as a tool to teach them.
That's interesting.
And apparently his students absolutely love it.
Yeah, I would
So-
think so. Yeah, kids would get interested in that. Now, the age, well, the kind of crowd that usually studies Italian is a little different. It's mostly, opera enthusiasts, opera singers, that kind of stuff. So
Oh,
it
interesting.
would have been quite tough to use Ruby as a tool or something. No. It's usually opera. It's really hard to explain because it's like really archaic Italian. So
The opera version of Ruby coming to theaters near you.
oh, that would be nice.
Alrighty. Okay, so what else? Is there anything else we can talk about, Jen?
I'm trying to think. I don't want to get anything that's too long because we're hitting the end point.
We got 10 minutes.
Let's see. How about what? Even though you're a guardian and you don't necessarily get to do the things you want to do as far as like the convention itself is concerned or anything like that, what is one thing you do hope you get to see or someone you meet or something like that? One thing that you really hope if you got 30 minutes of free time, what would you go and do?
Huh.
Oh, stumper. Shit. I'm totally going to go over 10 minutes.
I don't know. I would probably love to go to a panel where they explain some technical stuff. Probably, I was thinking now it's off because they don't do it anymore. But I really liked screenplay. So anything that would talk about movies or movie production or screenplay or creative writing, that kind of stuff. I love writing and I would go for that. I would try to learn as much as I can from the opportunity. So
when I first RTX, Bernie had a writing panel with I think Eddie Rebus and a couple. I think was it Miles back then? No, he wasn't part of the project yet. But Eddie Rebus and Bernie had like a panel. It was during season 10. And that was like one of the most interesting panels, just learning about their thought process and like how most of the time with Bernie, it's like while he's driving, and he has to like record himself talking about what his idea is, like for like part of the script and everything like that. They kind of had some technical stuff with at least the Ruby end of the production last couple years, I believe. Monty went and did a couple panels for those. They were pretty interesting. And then Nico does the RVB season 13 music stuff with Miles, and that was pretty interesting as well. So hopefully we'll get to see some more stuff with at least a live action section with maybe like Tin Little Roosters or Laser Team even, because hopefully that'll be out by then. So maybe. Anyone else have any have anything that they would like to see at RTX this year?
Quiet. All right, I'll say something.
Okay.
It's quiet. I am really hoping there is a panel related to Laser Team, but more of like I've just seen what they've done with the prop work and prosthetics and like costuming out. I would love to see a panel about that part of it.
With Marcus.
Yeah, the Marcus Laporte panel. I would be all over that. I am just constantly amazed at costuming and prop making and all that kind of stuff, and how the designs get decided on, and how the process goes for creating those things. And I would love to see a panel talking about what that process was for Laser Team, just because of the little bit we saw in that little teaser, not even the real trailer, just the teaser. There was just some really cool stuff in there, and I would love to see how that came to be.
Speaking of which, when is the actual trailer coming out?
April. It's coming out.
Southwest. I'm trying to remember.
Jordan, are you still there? Because you went.
Jordan, try again. You're breaking up.
Yeah, am I back now?
Yeah, you're back now.
Okay, yeah, my internet connection had a little hiccup. But yeah, I definitely hope that...
Whatever it is, it's in 7 days. I don't know where they're premiering it, but it's coming out in 7 days.
Okay, I think it's South by Southwest, because that's next week.
Is that next week? Okay, I wanted to say South by Southwest, but I was thinking that was later. I thought that was in April, so I was like, I'm not going to say that out loud in case I'm wrong. So, just kidding. If South by Southwest really isn't a week, then that's probably being premiered there. And hopefully to follow on the internet shortly after.
Yep. Or beforehand, maybe, if you are a...
Or beforehand for backers, maybe.
Yeah, for backers.
That would be awesome. That would be double awesome.
So, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'm not seeing much of for questions. There's a few people saying hi, like Lori.
Hi, Lori.
Red, Darren.
To a house with you.
John Weiss, who signed up. I think he's on the wait list to be a Guardian this year.
Okay.
And he said I'd look a tad out of place with it being mostly a female podcast and me being the only guy. Let's see. No, Jack, I'm not going to ask those questions. Space Paranoid says, "Hey, Sam." Looks like Sam dropped.
Oh, bye, Sam.
And I think that's pretty much it. So I think we can go ahead and wrap up a little bit. Or Darren says tea or coffee. I guess we can go to stuff like that. We got like 3 minutes left, so I think we should go ahead and wrap up. So, it was great having you guys on. Jen, thank you for being my co-host this evening.
Cool beans, it was fun.
And Soleil, it was great seeing you again.
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh, Sam's back.
Hey, just in time for the thing to end. Yay!
And Erin, it was great having you on. I hope that you have a great time at RTX this year.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. And Sam, it was great having you on the podcast. We're wrapping up a little bit right now, so it's great having you on and actually getting to hear you speak this time around.
Right? I actually have a voice.
But it's great seeing you. I hope all of you guys have fun again this year at RTX, and hope you guys get to make as great friends as the rest of us have with Guardians.
Yay!
My friends list keeps on getting bigger and bigger each year.
The big old family of assholes.
Yep. Wonderful assholes.
Wonderful assholes.
Alrighty. Well, I guess it's time to say goodbye. So
I guess that's it. Same time, same place, a week from now?
Yes.
Did I get that right?
Yes. Next week, next Sunday, and it's the same time. And for those who want to be a part of the RTX Guardian podcast and participate in the podcast, for one thing, because we've gotten emails from people who weren't Guardians, you have to be a 2015 Guardian, RTX 2015 Guardian. That's one of the. You can watch it. You can watch podcasts, but you can't be a part of it. But you have to be a Guardian to be a part of the podcast. And if you want to be on, we have to get you scheduled. So we need contact info. So we need you to email us at rtxguardianpodcast@gmail.com. And we have posted several times on the forum. And for people who are commenting on the forums too, be sure to go back and look at the earlier posts, because people are just popping in saying, "Hey, I want to be part of it." So make sure you go and read that we want you to go and give us contact info at the RTX Guardian Podcast at gmail.com.
And then put the money in the bag. That's how it works. It's true.
Yep.
Yes.
We all
Definitely.
think.
I've got my disguise ready to go.
There he goes. Gents wave.
So fancy.
Alrighty. Thanks for coming on, everybody.
Bye.
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 Bye.